Hi, my name is Matthew Belanger. I'm a real estate agent here at Keller Williams in Rochester Hills. I had a pretty interesting story on how I got into this business. I've been doing this for 24 years. I actually started at a relatively young age because my uncle owned a Remax. My cousins were in the business, my aunts, my uncles, my grandpa, my dad for a short period of time, cousins on the other side of the family, they all sold real estate. So I had approached my uncle and told him that I wanted to get into this business. And I was a little surprised when he came back and he said, you know what, go work for Century 21 for your first year. And if you're still in the business, come back and we'll talk. At that time, Century 21 was the training company for new agents. And I think my uncle was probably just a little discouraged with the amount of people that came into his web and he really poured into, and then ultimately they ended up exiting the business. So I was there for about a year, and at that time they had what was called the Bressers, which was in essence like the white pages, and I actually just called random people every day asking them if they wanted to buy or sell any real estate. Needless to say, that actually didn't work for me my first year. My first year I sold one house to my brother, but during those calls, it was funny, I kind of stumbled across one of my uncle's clients unknowingly. And I called them just like everybody else and asked them if they were interested in buying or selling a home. And shortly after hanging up, I got a phone call from my uncle. And he said, well, if you're going to be calling my clients, maybe you should come over and work with us. So it was a really great opportunity. He brought me into the team that he was working on, set me up with one of my cousins to where I could shadow them. And for the first time, I really got a feel of what it was be like and what different things that you had to do to be a successful real estate agent. So after doing this many, many years on my own, I decided that it was time to potentially start branching out. There was only so many people and so many levels that I could hit as an individual. It was me and one administrative assistant for probably about 10 years. And in 2022, I decided to get into more of the team building, team leader role. So we started bringing in a handful of agents. And one thing that I realized through that is there was a lot of pitfalls, a lot of turns, a lot of things that I had to learn by bumping my head, going through this business, trying to figure it out. And it was really quite fulfilling for me to be able to pass on this information, almost give them a blueprint on what exactly to do to provide really good service and be successful in this business. So if you've been in this business for a while, I'd be really curious. Go ahead and comment below on what your experience was for your first year in the business.